country singer Jason Aldean. You know what's going on? He's facing a ton of criticism over a video for his song, Try That in a Small Town.
But the level of outrage coming from people that are upset about that song is so strange when there are...
You know, Kane's, he's reached out to me a couple times about doing something and...
Alright guys, welcome back to the Awakening. Thank you so much for your support over the weeks. It means a lot to me. And the effort will continue. A lot more of these videos will be created in order to wake people up to the reality of what is happening. So the topic of the month has to do with a controversy surrounding an artist, a country singer called Jason Aldean. He released a song called Try That in a Small Town that has to do with highlighting the protests, the riots, the looting, the shootings, the burnings that were going on in 2021 within the Black Lives Matter and at Antifa movement. So throughout the song, he highlighted many instances where these so-called protesters were doing unnecessary things in the name of protest, right? They were targeting people who they did not agree with. It doesn't matter what race they were from. They were just all over the place because they had an intention in mind.
The breaking news as the George Floyd protests turned destructive in parts of Manhattan. This is just a snapshot of some of the damage the people will be waking up to in Soho. Through the night, protesters smashed into luxury stores, stealing items and clashing with police.
Kids, quick! Let me know. You have to go quick.
So bottom line, justice for Floyd, and I hope they stop looting at some point. If there were more of us, we could go stop them from looting, but it's just us four.
Now with this song, Jason Aldean is basically saying, where I come from, you wouldn't try that because you would be surrounded with people who has respect, morality, who believes in law, who believes in order. So they would not be permitted to do things like that, to create chaos like that where he comes from, or a small town, quote unquote.
Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't.
Because everyone knows each other. Everyone loves each other. They share with each other because of that closeness. But as we know, he would be faced with opposition, seeing that he's conservative. He agrees with the Second Amendment. Again, he upholds law and morality. And we know who is opposite to that. The far left Democrats. They don't agree with any of that. It goes against their agenda for the future. So they try their best to demoralize the song, to paint it in a way that seems like he's trying to promote racism when it's actually the opposite.
Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Oh, the shade is real. He's calling out those big city antics and letting us know that small town folks don't play around. I can practically hear the city gals sizzling in their seats. Now stop pacing back and forth, grab your margarita, and take a seat because the gossip grapevine is abuzz with the sound of country music stars like Aldean, Margot Price, Sheryl Crow, and Jason Isabel expressing their distaste for the graphic content and lyrics of the song. The red carpet is practically combusting with anger. They attack him for being violent, racist, and unauthentic, for not creating his own art and writing his own lyrics.
Alright guys, get ready to lose some brain cells with this clip. Roll it.
Jason Aldean is getting backlash for the video of his song, Not in a Small Town.
Not in a small town.
Did she really just say,
Not in a small town?
Try that in a small town.
Listen, there are lyrics in the song. He talks about life in a small town and it's different, and he shows these images. He's got folks from the Black Lives Matter movement.
Bruh, you're criticizing the lyrics in the song and you don't even know the song title. Sad.
And he's talking about people taking care of each other. And I find it so interesting that it never occurred to Jason or the writers that that's what these folks were doing.
did she really just say that the people who were destroying towns, literally looting, stealing, committing crimes on camera, that they were just taking care of each other?
And unfortunately, this became the #1 song on US iTunes.
It sure is #1. Stay mad, boo. Yeehaw. Try that in a small town.
See how far you make it down the road. Addressing the accusations head on, Jason didn't shy away from sharing his side of the story. He tweeted, "These references are not only meritless but dangerous. There is not a single lyric in the song that references race or points to it, and there isn't a single video clip that isn't real news footage. And while I can try and respect others to have their own interpretation of a song with music, this one goes too far."
But the level of outrage coming from people that are upset about that song is so strange when there are hundreds of rap songs out there that are infinitely worse.
These people find excuses for everything. They are controlled opposition. They hate freedom. They hate free will. They hate morality. They hate God. And they hate the United States. They hate the United States. And the sad thing is, these people are protesting, right? These young people they hire, because George Soros is a huge player in this. The United Nations is a huge player in this. NATO, all of them, right? The elites are doing this deliberately because they want to cause division. They want the United States to be disrupted as much as possible so that they can create confusion to implement their satanic agenda. They want no opposition whatsoever. Because even then, while the protest, so-called protest was going on, cities were burning, stores were looting. CNN was saying that, oh look, it's a peaceful protest. Don't watch the fires. It's a peaceful protest. Like, come on. So guys, do not watch the news. Well, no, I'm not gonna tell you not to watch it, right? But just take everything that they say with a grain of salt, because they're controlled opposition. They are controlled opposition, alright? There's a lot of sources out there to give you more information on this topic, on this controversy. But I'll end it right here. Stay tuned. Shalom.